This is a rather interesting turn of events.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Of all the things I expected not to happen, this was high up on the list. But anyway, people were complaining that they didn't like how the Doctor got defeated, so he's back, everyone! Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 has officially released, and by the end you realize, oh, there's gonna be a Chapter 6, and I think even a Chapter 7. Oh god, so many things happened. I wanted to do like a trailer review video, but so many like animation news came out that I just had to put it on the back burner, and I just did not have time to get to it because I'm mainly an animation channel after all. But I do want to dive into like talking about video games because the lore here is so good. That ending, look, first of all, Huggy and Kissy are alive. Do not even try and gaslight me into thinking that after them meeting each other for the first time in 5 iterations that they just die. They are stronger than that, besties. And I swear, the moment if you zoom in, you will see that after the prototype, oh yeah, we got the prototype face reveal, but it kind of got leaked a few days before that, but then whatever. So after the prototype stabs Huggy through the chest, and then he stabs Kissy, you see Huggy like lift up his arm like, oh no, and then his eyes roll to the back of his head, but don't worry, he's fine, they're fine, they are fine. Okay, stepping sideways from that, we get the prototype's reveal. I, honest to God, did not think we'd ever get to see this bastard's face because Mob Entertainment have hyped up what he will look like for so long that I said it is in their best interest to just never reveal this fucker because nothing will meet the hype or the expectations. And I had front row seats to watching Spiff play it because heaven forbid I ever play these games on my own. Ugh. And the reveal, oh my god, the experience. And after the hype has died down, I'm like, it's fine. Others were like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. I'm like, from the waist up, I really vibe with it. But I always knew that the kind of tentacles. I think the thing that underwhelmed me, and it's just a very small thing, is how Mommy Longlegs was screaming that, oh no, he'll make me a part of him. And then all of her that is a part of him is her hand. You'd think like he'd have like her head jutting out of another appendage or something, or maybe that's gonna be his final form, because we know like the base forms and the final forms of these monsters, they kind of evolve. I don't know, but for what we see, we just got another damn spider. It took me way too long to even connect the dots that Mommy was supposed to be a spider, but now the prototype is a spider. But whatever, it's really cool, and I'm sad that literally like 12 hours before this dropped, his design got leaked and it was spreading like wildfire. But you know, the crew at Mob Entertainment dealt with that with surgical SEAL Team 6 precision. Oh my god, wipe that shit off the face of the internet. Good job, you guys. Like, for a franchise, I don't think, yeah, Poppy Playtime has a bunch of leaks. Like, they don't have issues with that. So for this to happen and for them to take care of it quickly means that they really are on top of their game, and they probably found the leaker and took them out back and gave them the Nintendo treatment. Holy shit. But on to, oh my god, the main point of this video, the whole reason why I even hit record, the ending. People are so divided on the ending for Chapter 5, and I'm kind of on board because I was originally in the camp that, okay, after we jump off the train and we survive this nightmare for like the 3rd time in a row, we get stabbed by the prototype, we got the Huggy treatment, and then we got dropped into this vat, and then Giblet, whatever, he kind of brings us out and revives us. No, that is not what happened. What happens is that when we jump off of the train, we go unconscious, and then Giblet revives. I don't know why their name just doesn't want to stick. I know Lily's name. Oh my god, Lily. Everybody and their grandmother hated this woman's design. They were like, she doesn't fit, I hate her, blah blah blah. I really liked her. She seemed like a more modern toy, but everyone just wanted more like something like a Huggy or a Kissy. And we do this every iteration. People didn't like Mommy's design, people didn't like Catnap's, people hated Doughy. Oh my goodness. So Lily got the same treatment, and I like how she was I won't say she was the Doughy of the season, but she was the villain of this chapter, yes, but it was clearly the prototype. But they didn't want to put the prototype on like promotional art because they needed to keep it a secret. So I felt like they found the best of both worlds here. You know, Hannah Montana, that shit. You give us Lily, and then she turns around, surprise, it's the prototype. But I guess we all kind of expected to fight the prototype. Everyone expected this to be the last chapter, it wasn't. And I like how Mob is like, we've never said anywhere this was gonna be our last chapter. Y'all just gaslit yourself into believing that. But okay, the ending was you jump off the train and you get unconscious, and then Giblet wakes you up, and he says, oh, I'm not a hero. The prototype in that whole crash or whatever, he grabbed Poppy. So no, you didn't get stabbed. No, you didn't die. No, you didn't get dropped in a vat of goo and get regenerated. You just jumped off a train and passed out, which, you know what? Fair. Have we eaten food since we came to this facility? What are these stakes? How long has it been? I think it's been like 48 hours, and we are just running on adrenaline. What I do appreciate about Chapter 5 is that you can see that Mob Entertainment went back to their roots. They mixed in everything that the player base really liked. They ham-fisted a lot of Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 elements with a hint of Chapter 3, and they tried not to do what made fans not like them in Chapter 4. So Chapter 5 feels very cohesive and on brand with the Poppy Playtime formula, and it was just, you just started out chasing after chasing after chasing. And then there was the whole section with Lily, which was like red light, green light, which was very reminiscent of PJ Pugapillar in Chapter 2. And the whole like dollhouse going through it was kind of like, I think was it, yeah, the orphanage in Chapter 3. I still do not know how you people navigate that play. Like Chapter 3's playhouse, whatever, the navigation in that one sucks, but that's just me. I get dizzy in any 3D environment. I cannot play a 3D game to save my life. I can barely watch the videos. So like navigating places in 3D space in video games, I'm just like, how do you do it? But in Chapter 5, I'm honestly not lost. I'm like, oh yeah, that's over there, that's over there. Oh yeah, turn around. Like, I get it. And that's a miracle. Maybe I just paid attention more, or maybe I just wasn't as dizzy. But I liked the layout design of Chapter 5 more. But I also feel like the runtime is just a little too long. Or maybe it's just because I watch Spiff dick around and, you know, I got the ADHD live stream gameplay version. Because all the YouTubers who like upload videos, I see them around the 2.5 hour mark. So this is probably more of a 3.5 to 4 hour game. There is another upload from a creator I really like. It's 7 hours. So you playing it might be like a 5 to 7 hour experience. But if you really lock in, it can be like 4.5 hours. I do believe that people hated the long as fuck run times that they got from like Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. I stand by the fact that I think Chapter 2's runtime is the best, like an 1.5 to 2 hour experience where it's just succinct, tight, and snatched, you know, where you can just sit down and like watch the video from beginning to end with a friend or something. That's how I judge a good video game. How long does it take me to consume the content? So people really like Chapter 1, but you can't really remake it at a grand scale because Chapter 1 is like 15, 20 minutes, and then Chapter 2 was like, again, the perfect runtime. And then you see people really like Chapter 2. It's like among people's top 3 is like 1 or 2. People really like Chapter 3 as well, but I feel like Chapter 3 is just a little bit long. But it also did have a lot of chase sequences with like Dog Day and all that stuff. So I'm interested to know where you would classify Chapter 5 in terms of runtime. Do you think it's too long, or do you think, yeah, no, Mob still needs to shave some things off the top? There's too many like fetch quests, but at least it's not a glorified walking simulator. Let's just say that you play games, you run around, you solve puzzles, you do things. Like, they are quintessentially what mascot horror should be in the 2020s right now, instead of all these other games that just like go to A, go to B, go to Z. I like this formula that they have. It's really solid. And yeah, I think that's about it for initial thoughts on the chapter. It literally released yesterday. I'm gonna have to play it like 2 or 3 more times. And by play it, I may watch 2 more videos on it. I'm waiting for like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier's playthroughs to just see different perspectives, because that's, again, I am not picking up the controller to play this myself, heaven forbid. But after I watch it again and see things from different angles, maybe I can be able to come up with more theories and ideas, because I really, really like this world and these characters and everything that this game has to offer. I want to dive in more, like I said, with video games and their lore. Somebody was begging me to make, I think, other game videos, and I said, oh, I'll do Bendy. And I accidentally told them I'd make a video on Alice when I meant Audrey. But it's been so long, I've kind of forgotten a lot of lore about it. I felt disingenuous like forcing a video, so I wrote down like a script, a rough idea for the Audrey video. It didn't feel right. Then I made another script idea for like, oh, how Bendy as a franchise succeed where others fail. Also didn't feel right. So I don't want to make videos that are like cash grabs. I don't want to be passionate about what I say. I just don't want to say it, you know? But if you still want those videos, let me know and I'll try and work harder on the script and maybe go back and revise my memory on the franchise. But for now, thank you for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. Don't forget to drink some water. This is where the video ends. Mwah. Bye.